Hello, welcome to my class. I am Pamela Jasmine. Today I am going to teach The Merchant of Venice, Act 4, Scene 1. This is a very lengthy scene, so I am taking it in parts. The scene takes place in Venice at a court of justice. When the scene begins, we can see the Duke, the Magnificos, Antonio, Bassanio, Gratiano, Salerio, and others. Duke. What? Is Antonio here? Duke is asking whether Antonio is there. Antonio. Ready, so please your grace. Yes, my lord, I am here. Duke. I am sorry for thee. Thou art come to answer a stony adversary, an inhuman wretch, incapable of pity, void and empty, from any dram of mercy. Here, Duke is feeling pity for Antonio. He's telling that, I am sorry for thee, I am sorry for you. Thou art come to answer a stony adversary. You have to face a stony adversary, a stone-hearted, a hard-hearted opponent. Yet the hard-hearted opponent is Shylock. An inhuman wretch, incapable of pity, void and empty from any dram of mercy. An inhuman wretch, a man who does not have any humanity. He is inhuman. Inhuman wretch, a wicked person, and he is incapable. He is not capable of showing any pity. Void and empty from any dram of mercy. He is empty from even a drop of mercy. He does not possess even a drop of mercy. Antonio. I have heard your grace hath taken great pain to qualify his rigorous course, but since he stands obdurate, and that no lawful means can carry me out of his envious reach, I do oppose my patience to his fury, and am armed to suffer with a quietness of spirit. See Antonio's answer. I have heard that your lordship has taken great pain to pacify, to dissuade Shylock from following such a harsh and demanding way. But since he stands obdurate, but still he stands so obstinate. Obdurate means obstinate and stubborn. And thou, he stands obdurate, and that no lawful means can carry me. As he is so obstinate, he is so stubborn that no law can save me from his, out of his envious reach, out of his enmity, out of his envious grip. I do oppose my patience to his fury. I am ready to face. I will face. I have enough patience to face his anger. With quietness of spirit, and am armed to suffer with quietness of spirit. I am prepared to suffer all his torture with a quiet spirit, without any reaction. With a quietness of spirit, the very tyranny and rage of his, I am ready to face his tyranny, his ultimate cruelty and anger. Duke. Go one and call the Jew into the court. One of you go and call the Jew into the court. Salerio. He is ready at the door. He comes, my lord. He is waiting there. He is ready at the door. Here he comes. Then Shylock enters. Duke. Make room and let him stand before our face. Make space, or give him space. Let him stand before us. Let him face us. Shylock. The world thinks, and I think so too, that thou but leadst this fashion of thy malice to the last hour of act, and then it is thought thou wilt show thy mercy and remorse more strange than is thy strange apparent cruelty. Here the Duke is just pacify. He is trying to pacify Shylock. Shylock, the world, the whole world thinks, and even I also think, that thou but lead this fashion of thy malice to the last hour of act. You will keep up your revengeful means, your revengeful spirit till the last moment. But finally, you will see to the last hour of act, and then it is thought, then we all think that thou wilt show thy mercy and rumors more strange than is thy strange apparent cruelty. Then in the last moment, you will repent and show some kindness and show some mercy. Than is thy and that will be more strange than is thy strange apparent cruelty. Your cruelty is very strange. Taking one pound of flesh from a man's body is very strange. But finally, you are very cruel. But finally, you will be repentful, and you will show some kindness, some remorse and some mercy to this person. That will be stranger than your normal method of cruelty. And where thou now exacts the penalty, which is a pound of this poor merchant's flesh, thou wilt not only lose the forfeiture, but touched with human gentleness and love, forgive a moiety of the principle. See, you are going to take a pound of flesh from Antonio's body as forfeiture. But in the last moment, you will forgive that. You will not do that. You will not take out a pound of flesh from Antonio's body. More than that, you will forgive half the principal. That means Antonio has to give him 3,000 ducats within 3 months. Antonio has borrowed for Bassanio 3,000 ducats from Shylock, and with a bond that he will repay that within 3 months. If he fails to repay that in 3 months, Shylock can take a pound of flesh from his body. But you will not do that. You will not do the forfeiture, but more than that, you will forgive half the principal. Glancing an eye of pity on his losses that have of late so huddled on his back, enough to press a royal merchant down and pluck commiseration of his state from brassy bosom and rough hearts of flint, from stubborn Turks and Tartars never trained to offices of tender courtesy, we all expect a gentle answer due. Because glancing an eye of pity on his losses, Antonio has suffered great losses, all his ships wrecked, and he is at loss. So, glancing an eye of pity on his losses. See, as he had this much losses, you will have a glance of pity. You will show a bit of pity because this losses are enough to put a royal merchant down. It is a great burden on the shoulders of a great merchant. These losses are enough to put him down. So, because of these losses, you will show some pity. You will be moved. You will be touched by his losses, and you will show some pity. Enough to press and pluck commiseration of his state from brassy bosom and rough hearts of flint, from stubborn Turks and Tartars never trained to offices of tender courtesy. Because such losses Antonio had suffered. So even the hardest, even the stone-hearted people like Turks and Tartars, they are not trained to show even a drop of kindness to anyone. Even such people whose hearts are made of flint, made of stone, and brassy bosom, their hearts are metal, their hearts are made of brass. That means they are very hard-hearted. Even such people will show some mercy, because Antonio is in such a pathetic condition, because he has lost everything. So even Turks and Tartars who are not trained to show any type of kindness, even they will show kindness. So we expect a gentle answer due. That's why we all expect a kind or a gentle answer from you. Shylock, I have possessed your grace of what I purpose, and by your holy Sabbath have I sworn to have the due and forfeit of my bond. If you deny it, let the danger light upon your charter and your city's freedom. Shylock is telling that he has already informed the Duke what is his purpose. What was his purpose or what was his intention? He has sworn upon the holy Sabbath. What is holy Sabbath? Sabbath is a holy festival of the Jews. So I have sworn upon the holy Sabbath to have the due and forfeit of my bond. I will have the penalty of my bond because Antonio has failed to repay the money on time. So Shylock has the right to have the penalty. So he has already sworn on the holy Sabbath. If you deny it, let the danger light upon your charter and your city's freedom. If you deny, if you refuse to, or if you don't let me have the penalty, then your set of rules, your charter means set of rules of Venice, and your city's freedom will suffer or will be endangered. You will ask me why I rather choose to have a weight of carrion flesh than to receive 3,000 ducats. You will ask, why should I prefer to have a pound of decaying flesh than to have 3,000 ducats? I will not answer that. I don't want to answer that. But say, it is my humor. Is it answered? Then I'll say that it is my humor, it is my pleasure, or it is my wish. Is it properly answered? What if my house be troubled with a rat, and I be pleased to give 10,000 ducats to have it banned? What are you answered yet? If my house has the trouble of a rat, and if a person destroy that rat, and if I give him 10,000 ducats, it is my wish. You cannot ask why did I give that, such a big amount to a person who destroyed the rat. Then, some men there are love not gaping pig, some that are mad if they behold a cat, and others when the bagpipe sings the nose cannot contain for affection. Mistress of passion sways it to the mood of what it likes or lots. Some people, some men there are love not a gaping pig. Some people may not like a roasted pig. And others, and some that are mad if they behold a cat. Some people will turn crazy if they see a cat. And others, when the bagpipe sings in the nose, cannot contain themselves for affection. So if some people, if they hear the sound of a bagpipe, if they hear the music of the bagpipe, they cannot tolerate. For affection, mistress of passion sways it to the mood, and the passion, our likes and dislikes, our mood changes, our feelings changes according to person to person. Of what it likes or lots. Now for your answer, why we like or dislike, that depends on our mood or depends on person to person. Now for your answer, is this enough for your answer? As there is no firm reason to be rendered why he cannot abide a gaping pig, why he a harmless necessary cat, why he a woolen bagpipe, but of force must yield to such inevitable shame as to offend himself being offended. And we cannot answer why so much is given to a person, and why a person cannot like a roasted pig, and why people cannot tolerate a harmless cat which is necessary for household, and why he a woolen bagpipe, why people cannot tolerate the sound of bagpipe, but of course must yield to such inevitable shame as to offend himself being offended. Sometimes it happens. People may get offended by no reason, or people will be ashamed of being offended to such silly things. There is no answer for that. So can I give no answer, no reason? I cannot give any answer for this, nor I will not, and I am not going to answer it. More than a lodged hate and a certain loathing. It is a lodged hate. That hatred for Antonio is in me. It is lodged in me. It dwells upon me. And a certain loathing, a certain dislike. Loathing means dislike. I bear Antonio. I possess certain dislike for Antonio. I don't like Antonio. That I follow thus, a losing suit against him. Are you answered? That is why I am following a suit against him. So that is why I am pursuing this unprofitable care against him. Does that answer your question? That is why I am going to have the penalty from Antonio. Is it enough for your question? Is this answer is enough for your question? Bassanio. This is no answer, thou unfeeling man, to excuse the current of thy cruelty. Bassanio is telling Shylock, this is not the proper answer, you unfeeling man. Unfeeling man means without any feeling, heartless man, for your cruelty. This is not the proper answer for your cruelty. Shylock, I am not bound to please thee with my answer. Shylock is telling, I don't want to please you with my answer. Then Bassanio, do all men kill the things they do not love? Bassanio is asking, is this correct? Do all men would kill the persons, kill the things they do not like? Shylock, hates any man the things he would not kill? Don't people like to kill the things they hate, kill the persons they hate? That means people would like to kill the persons they hate. Bassanio, every offense is not a hate at first. Every mistake is not a dislike at first. Every offense, every mistake is not a hate at first. At first, people don't hate. That means every offense do not come from hate. Shylock, what? Wouldst thou have a serpent sting thee twice? Then Shylock is asking, will you allow a serpent sting you twice? 2 times. Antonio, I pray you, think you question with the Jew. You may as well go stand upon the beach and bid the main flood bait his usual height. Antonio is requesting, I request you, please don't argue with the Jew. It is useless. Instead of arguing with the Jew, you just go to the beach and tell the rising wave not to rise so high. It is that useless. You may as well use question with the wolf why he hath made the ewe bleat for the lamb. Or you may go to the wolf and question it. Question, why did he make the female goat cry for its lamb? It is that useless. You may as well forbid the mountain pines to wag their high tops and to make no noise when they are threatened with the gusts of heaven. Or you may go to the mountain. Tops and tell the mountain pines not to make any noise when the pine leaves move in the strong winds of the sky. So it is better to go to the mountain top and tell the mountain pines not to make any noise in the strong wind of the sky. You may do anything most hard as seek to soften that, than with what's harder, his Jewish heart. Therefore, I do beseech you, make no more offers, use no further means, But with all brief and plain conveniency, let me have judgment, and the Jew his will. So, when you may as well do anything most hard as seek to soften that than which what is harder. You may better go to the hard things, most hard things, and to tell to soften or to make it soft, Tell it to be soft, than to make this harder heart. That means harder his Jewish heart. That means it is better to go and tell the harder things to soften itself than going to the Jew and to make his harder heart soften. Therefore, I do beseech you, make no more offers. Use no further means. But with all brief and plain conveniency, let me have judgment, and the Jew his will. So I request you, so I do beseech you, I request you, make no more offers, make no more efforts, and and use no further means. Don't use any other methods to soften the Jew. But with all brief and plain conveniency, let me have judgment, and the Jew his will. So it is short, but with all brief and plain conveniency, it is very brief, it is very short and plain. It is very convenient that I will have my judgment, and let the Jew have his will, or let the Jew have his wish. Bassanio. For thy 3,000 ducats, here is 6. Bassanio making more and more offers. Bassanio is making more and more offers. See, instead of 3,000 ducats, I am offering you 6,000 ducats. Shylock. If every ducat in 6,000 ducats were in 6 parts and every part a ducat, I would not draw them. I would have my bond. Then see the answer of the Jew. Shylock is telling, if every ducat in 6,000 ducats, if you multiply every ducat with 6,000, and if you multiply 6,000 with another 6,000, I am not ready to accept it. I would not draw them. I would not accept them. I would have my bond. I would have my bond. Duke. How shall thou hope for mercy, rendering none? Then Duke is interfering. Duke is telling, how can you expect mercy when you don't show mercy to others? Shylock. What judgment shall I dread, doing no wrong? You have among you many a purchased slave, which, like your asses and your dogs and mules, you use in object and in slavish parts, because you bought them. What judgment shall I dread? Why should I be afraid of any judgment? Doing no wrong. I did not do anything wrong. You have among you many a purchased slave. You have purchased so many slaves, which, like your asses and your dogs and mules, you use in object and in slavish parts. See, you have purchased so many slaves and you make them work hard like donkeys and dogs and mules. And you use those slaves and make them work so hard because you bought them. Shall I say to you, let them be free, marry them to your heirs? See, you make the slaves work so hard because you bought them. Let me tell you to make the slaves free and make them marry to your children, your heirs, that means your children. Why sweat they under burdens? Why do you make them sweat and make them work so hard? Make the slaves work so hard. Let their beds be made as soft as yours, and let their palates be seasoned with such viands. Let me tell you to make their beds soft as yours, as soft as yours. Let the slaves sleep on a soft bed. If I tell you, will you agree? And let their palate, let their taste be treated with very tastier foods with such viands, with such ingredients, with such tasty foods? You will answer. You just answer my question. The slaves are ours, so do I answer you. The pound of flesh which I demand of him is dearly bought. You may answer that the slaves are yours. You have bought the slaves. So I answer you, I am answering you that the pound of flesh which I demand of him is dearly bought. The pound of flesh which I demand from Antonio is bought. I dearly bought. I bought that because he failed. He failed to pay back the money on time. It is mine and I will have it. If you deny me, fie upon your law. That flesh is mine. It is mine and I will have it. If you deny, if you refuse me to have the bond, then shame on your law. There is no force in the decrees of Venice. There is no validity. There is no force. That means there is no validity in the decrees, in the law of Venice. I stand for judgment. Answer, shall I have it? I stand for, I am very strong and I am standing for, I await justice, and I am waiting for the judgment, just judgment. Answer, shall I have it? You answer my question. Shall I have that? Shall I have just Duke? Upon my power, I may dismiss this court unless Valerio, a learned doctor whom I have sent for to determine this, come here today. Duke is telling that within his authority, he adjourns the court, or he dismisses the court because he has sent for a doctor of law, a doctor, that is Valerio, whom I have sent for. He has sent for Valerio, and he is coming today to decide this case. Celerio, my lord, here stays without a messenger with letters from the doctor. You come from Padua. Then Celerio announces that here a messenger is waiting for the permission to enter. He comes with a letter from Padua. Duke, bring us the letters, call the messenger. Bring the letter and call the messenger. Bassanio, good cheer, Antonio. What, man, courage yet. The Jew shall have my flesh, blood, bones, and all, ere thou shalt lose for me one drop of blood. Here, Bassanio is encouraging Antonio. Cheer up, Antonio. Good cheer, Antonio. What? Man, courage yet. Be courageous. Be brave. The Jew shall have my flesh, blood, bones, and all. The Jew will have my flesh, bone, and blood, ere thou shalt lose for me one drop of blood. A Jew will have my flesh and blood and then bones till before he will have one drop of blood from you for me. Antonio, I am a tainted wether of the flock, meetest for death, the weakest kind of fruit drops earliest to the ground, and so let me, you cannot better be employed, Bassanio, than to live still and write mine epitaph. So here Antonio is desperate. Antonio is a pessimist here. He is telling that I am a tainted wether of the flock. I am a sick sheep among the flock. In the flock, in that herd, I am a sick sheep. And meetest for death. I am most suitable for death. The weakest kind of fruit drops earliest to the ground. I am the weakest of the fruits, and I will that weakest kind of fruit drops to the ground earliest. And so let me, you cannot better be employed. So let me face my fate. And you cannot better be employed, Bassanio, than to live still and write mine epitaph. You are better employed. I am giving you a responsibility that you can live long and you can write an epitaph. What is epitaph? Something is written on the tomb. Something praiseworthy, something like that is written on the grave. That is called epitaph. Enter Nerissa dressed like a lawyer's clerk. So that time Nerissa came dressed like a lawyer's clerk. Duke came from Padua, from Bellerio. Duke is asking, do you come from Padua, from Bellerio? Nerissa, from both, my lord. Bellerio greets your grace. From both, that means I come from Padua and I am sent by Bellerio. Bellerio greets your grace. Bellerio has sent greetings to you. Bassanio, why dost thou whet thy knife so earnestly? Why do you, Bassanio is asking Shylock, why do you sharpen your knife so sharply, so earnestly, so eagerly? Shylock, to cut the forfeiture from that bankrupt there. I am sharpening my knife to cut the forfeiture, that means cut his flesh, cut the flesh of that bankrupt. Here the bankrupt is Antonio. Gratiano, not on thy soul, but on thy soul, harsh Jew. Thou makest thy knife keen, but no metal can. No, not the hangman's axe bear half the keenness of thy sharp envy. Can no prayers pierce thee? Here Gratiano is abusing the Jew, abusing Shylock. Not on thy soul, on the sole of your shoes, on the leather shoes, leather sole of your shoes, but on thy soul, but on the heart. You sharpen your knife on the on your soul. Harsh Jew, thou makest thy knife keen. You make your knife so sharp, but no metal can. No metal can be as sharp as your and not even the hangman's axe be as sharp as your sharp envy. So your envy, your cruelty is the sharpest thing than any other metal. Can no prayers pierce thee? No prayers will enter your heart. No prayer can reach your heart, or what? Shylock, no one that thou hast wit enough to make. No, no prayers. Nobody has that much wisdom to enter my heart. Oh, Gratiano, oh, be thou damned, inexcredible dog. Here Gratiano is cursing him, and he is calling calling Shylock a disgusting dog. And for thy life let justice be accused. We must accuse, we must blame justice for you to be alive. You should not be alive. We should blame justice for your life. Thou almost makest me waver in my faith to hold opinion with Pythagoras. You are making my faith shaky. You are shaking my faith, and I hold the opinion. I am having the opinion of Pythagoras. Pythagoras was a mathematician as well as a philosopher who lived in 6th century. And he believed that souls of animals would enter bad people when they die. When the animals die, their souls would enter sinful people. So, thou almost make me waver in my faith to hold opinion with Pythagoras that souls of animals infuse themselves into the trunks of men. Thy courage spirit governed a wolf who hanged for human slaughter. See here, Gratiano is telling that I am holding the opinion of Pythagoras that souls of animals would go into the trunk of men, into the body of men. Thy courage spirit, you have dog-like spirit, governed a wolf who hanged for human slaughter. You are having the soul of a wolf which was hanged for human slaughter, for killing humans. The wolf was hanged. That wolf's soul must have entered your body. Even from the gallows did his fell soul fleet. From the gallows, from the hanging place, the soul must have fled and came and entered your soul. Entered your body. And whilst thou layest in thy unhallowed dam infused itself in thee, and that soul of the wolf from the gallows must have come and entered into your body, for thy desires are wolfish, because your desire, your thinking, your wishes are wolfish. You have the wishes, or you have the desires of a wolf. Bloody, starved and ravenous, bloody and starved for human flesh. You ravenous, you animal-like person. Shylock. Till thou canst rail the seal from off my bond, thou but offendest thy lungs to speak so loud. Repair thy wit, good youth, or it will fall to cureless ruin. I stand here for long. Shylock is just teasing, or Shylock is talking in a sarcastic way. See, you cannot, your tones and your speech cannot alter my will from change my will from having the bond. But see, by making loud noise, you are speaking so loud, and that will harm your lungs. Repair thy wit, good youth. So you go and repair, you go and improve your intelligence, or it will fall to cureless ruin, or it will be damaged. It will not be cured. You just repair it. You just improve your intelligence. I stand here for law. I am standing here for justice. I want justice. Duke. This letter from Valerio doth commend a young and learned doctor to our court. Where is he? This is a letter from Valerio. In this letter, it is said that he has sent a young lawyer, young and learned doctor of law to our court. Where is he? Nerissa. He attendeth here hard by to know your answer, whether you will admit him. Nerissa is telling that he is waiting here near the door. He is waiting here to know your answer, whether you will allow him or not. He is waiting for your permission. Duke. With all my heart, some 3 or 4 of you go give him a courteous conduct to this place. Meantime, the court shall hear Bellerio's letter. Duke. See, with all my heart, I am welcoming him with all my heart. Some 3 or 4 of you go and receive him. Give him courteous conduct to this place. You just go and give him hearty welcome to this court. By the time the court will hear Bellerio's letter, by the time the court will read Bellerio's letter. That's all for today. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe. Thank you for watching. God bless.